Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor, and today we're going to be doing a coaching session for Sona. So special thanks to Wings of Shu, who's House Lao in this game. Longtime supporter of the channel. This is patch 9.6. So let's go ahead and get in here. We'll speed this up a little bit. If you would like a coaching session yourself, you can just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. It's just $20 off stream or $25 on stream. If you are a channel member, then it's $5 discount. If you want to know more about membership, I'll have a link in the description. It's basically like a Twitch sub. You just pay $5 a month, and you end up getting discounts on coaching sessions, access to our awesome Discord. You can come out and play with us every Sundays for some normal games. It's a lot of fun. We get to try out some different stuff. It's a really cool, chill community. We'd love to have you. I'm also streaming this, so you might hear me talk to the stream as well. So we stream most nights starting around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Usually go till about 2 a.m. So come by, check it out. We'd love to have you. And I have a lot of other content on the channel as well if this is the first thing you've seen of mine. We do tier lists every patch. I'll have a link to coaching sessions in the description as well. We have about 160 different coaching sessions and growing. So if you want to learn more about that, you can. And we have lots of guides and other stuff as well. So just check it out. Tons and tons of content on the channel. Yeah, I think trading there is fine. I mean, the wave was pushing into you, so maybe you could have gone up a little bit further, but yeah, it seemed like it was awkward to try to gank for that. Oh, you started heal. You should always start Q, so you can start taking good trades early. Your heal is very expensive early on too, so you should definitely go for the Q first and start getting some early harassment in, because that Q hurts a lot, especially at low levels, because people don't have a lot of health yet. So yeah, try to see if you can get in some Qs and some auto attacks. Oh, the extra 3 hit. Yeah, I mean, in the laning phase, you know, you always want to hit them with the blue if you can. You know, just always try to use a Q and then auto. In team fights, yeah, if you can get the green one off in team fights, usually that's the best one. Although, there can be something to be said for the blue one, too. For just extra damage in some situations can be really good also. He's got to watch out for the Lux Bind. But they're really low on mana right now. Yeah, auto-attack the wave a little bit more. There you go. Just thin it out. Because when it's thin, then you can go in for trades. When there's a lot of minions there, it's hard to go in for trades because the minions will turn around and hit you if you auto-attack them. Just using your Q does not trigger the minions, though. Because that's not a targeted ability. Whereas, like, Nami's W does draw minion aggro. So that's one kind of perk of Sona. Yeah, Eve was pretty far behind. She could still flank you, so you got to be a little careful. She's probably topside now, but this is sort of that danger zone where, you know, most of her camps are going to be farms, so she's just going to be looking for a gank. Oh. Oh, yeah, I didn't even notice that initially. Yeah, you definitely need to go Spell Thieves over Coin. Like, Sona has, like, you have such an easy time proccing Spell Thieves in lane. It does add up. It gives you a ton of extra damage. Because you're getting Athene's early also, then you get an extra 10 AP off of that because it's got 50% mana regen on it. Coin gives you back mana through the coins. It's less mana, and it doesn't count technically as mana regen, so you don't get any benefit off of Athene's with it. So, yeah. You should definitely be getting Spell Thieves. Pretty much every time as Sona, even in tough lanes, just because you can always just spam your Q and trigger it. I mean, the movement speed is useful to dodge Lux stuff, but like right there, you see, you can just trigger the Q without even autoing if you want to. Auto her, fighter. She just used all of her abilities. I think you could have gone all in on the Lux there when her bind was down. Yeah, if you just Q'd her and just autoed her there, I'm pretty sure y'all could have killed her. I mean, Sona does a lot of damage early, especially to squishy champs. I mean, without Frostfang, you're going to do a little bit less, but I still think you could have done a significant chunk of health there. Yeah, I mean, people in chat are pointing out, well, your itemization's better than Lux. She doesn't even have a warding item. That's true, but you don't want to, like, think, okay, I'm, you know, doing better than these other people. I mean, it's nice to do that, but you want to, like, you know, set the standards high for yourself and just do the best that you can to, like, reach those standards. You know, you don't want to be like, well, the enemy support died 11 times, so I can die 10 times. That's fine. It's like, yeah, but you need to, you know, you need to set a higher standard for yourself. No, that's not correct. He's got 400 something gold here. Yeah, I think you should stay up, like... I just don't think you're landing enough autos. I think you're just running away a little too quickly in a lot of these trades without really trading back. You know, like if they start hitting you, it feels like you're, you know, immediately looking for the door a lot of times. Whereas I think if you just kind of took the trade and just hit them back, like actually made it a trade, made it a two-way thing, then that would help out a ton. Like, you don't want to go up there and die, but at the same time, you know, if Lux binds you, for example, and they get in range, you might as well Q an auto attack. Yeah, your team does have 3 ADC, which is pretty interesting. Now, Ashe is out of mana. See, Lux roamed middle, so you want to punish as much as you can. Try to push up here, get those plates. Wait, what? She has Ghost. Okay, nice. Nice escape.
Turret plating will fall.
Okay. So she wasted her engage. Cool. Hey, Christian. Someone says advice for getting plates in the laning phase. I mean, be careful. Don't get ganked if you're pushing up. Don't greed out for the plate over a good back timing. Ashe, auto attack this thing. Get her. I still feel like y'all could have turned that around. Like, so one thing that I'm noticing a lot is just, like, be aware of their cooldowns. Like, if they just use their Q or their ults, you know, like, they don't have a lot of juice left in the tank. You can turn around and try to fight them. Like, Eve didn't have her charm, Lux didn't have her bind, Misfortune didn't have her ult. Like, I think you could have just W'd and just turned around and auto-attacked them. I think you're just paying them too much respect when their cooldowns are down, and you need to be trying to punish more.
Red team's turret has been destroyed. Killing spree. Shut down. Not done yet.
Mid's missing, jungler's missing, and top's missing here. Be careful. If you know that top doesn't have a TP, I guess you don't have to worry about that as much, but... Okay, she's top, but everyone else is missing. You have no pressure mid lane. Wait, she didn't have ult.
Killing spree. Shut down. Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Okay. Alright, nice. Can you Baron? I think you should Baron there. Their jungler's dead. Their support's dead. I think it's unlikely. Like, I would just go try Baron. If they show up, you can always run away. I would go test them. I would go test their vision and see if you can Baron. It is early, but you have like 380 carries. Vayne has like supremacy top lane right now. He had priority and could have easily gotten priority in mid and top. Yeah, just run. And you didn't really get anything middle. Like, the mid tower's already down. I would have taken a look at Baron. I would have immediately just pushed this up and then rotated over to Baron and told the Vayne to join you. And I would force them to, like, come over and look. Because a lot of times they just won't. Pin him, pin him. So generally, if two people are dead, and you're like around mid lane, you can easily get priority. Just push and go take a look at Baron. And just make them, you know, make them go check it. Because if they don't, you get it for free. If they do, you can always back up. Especially when you're not like giving up anything else. I mean, there was nothing else on the map to take. Like if there was a tier 2 tower here, yeah, I guess like go mid, get the tier 2 tower. That's the safer play. But because there's no tier 2 tower, there's no way you get to the tier 3 in time and take it. And, like, there was no dragon. There was just nothing else to do. So you might as well, you know, take a very low-risk play. Low-risk, high-reward play. And then, like I said, you can always stop it. Their jungler's dead, so they're not going to be able to smite you for it. Nice. Congrats, Kimoy.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, Mercury Tread's probably okay here. They do have a Kali and Eve. I wish they still had positional Q though, so I could play as AD carry or jungle or whatever for fun without affecting my main MMR as much. But anyways, okay, so biggest things, you know, look for something you can immediately get after you get a couple of kills in a team fight. So, like I said, I think the Baron was the most obvious one there that you could at least try. But a lot of times, see if you can get a tower, you know, dragon, even just something like go and take their jungle if there's nothing else to do. But especially because you had like 380 carries there, I think, and Sona, I think you could have shredded it down pretty quickly. So that was sort of the biggest macro play thing, I think. On a more consistent level, though, like, try to go for, like, more trades, you know, like, just auto-attack more, like, Q more. I think a lot of times if it started getting, like, if they started getting aggressive, like, your first instinct was to run away rather than to match their aggression. And I think there were several instances where they had used major cooldowns, you know, like, they had already used Lux Q, they'd already used Misfortune's ult, all that stuff. And, you know, you were still running away. And I think if they don't have those cooldowns in this matchup, you can definitely turn around and smack the Lux, you know, or the Misfortune. So, and the Ashe was actually playing fairly aggressively there, too. So I think that she would have stepped up with you. So, overall, it was good. I just think that, you know, maybe having a bit more aggression early on, you know, taking Frostfang definitely helps with that as well. Gives you quite a bit of extra damage, gives you AP, and then it gives you that on-hit damage early, and it scales really well into Athene's. So yeah, that's one thing I would say is just be a bit more aggressive early on with Sona, especially if they don't have any all-in potential, like if the Lux Q is already down. But yeah, I think the rest of it was good. You know, in team fights, you were getting your, you know, just doing your Sona thing, throwing up all the auras. You know, try to see if in a fight, like, you can get them with the green shot more. There was one time bot lane where you almost got the Eve with it, but I think you accidentally targeted a minion. So, you know, if you don't get that perfectly, that's fine. The Q shot for extra damage is usually pretty good in fights too, but, you know, ideally see if you can line up and get the third shot as a green shot in most team fights. But I think the bigger issue is just pressure more early. Like, that's the biggest thing, is just get up there, pressure. You know, that Q has like 1,000 range. Even if you can't get the auto attacks in, you can still get the Q harass. When you combine the Q with Frostfang and Airy, you know, by itself, it's still going to do like 100 damage, even if you don't auto attack. So it's still, you know, worth the mana, worth your time. If you have Airy, if you have Frostfang, and if you take Scorch, that could definitely be worth your time too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Frost has that mana regen, which scales with Athene, so you get the extra 10 AP out of it, which is an additional like 210 gold value. That's a huge reason why Frostfang's good on Sona, but also she can just trigger it so easily. You know, you just walk up within 1,000 units and just press Q and it's going to hit somebody, you know. So, you know, one reason sometimes with some champs where it's like, you know, on like Lulu or something like that, if you're not sure how the lane's going to go, if you could get beaten up early, then maybe you take coin there because you're not going to be rushing Athene's. Usually you rush Ardent Sensor on Lulu, and, you know, she doesn't scale as well with, like, AP as Sona does. So, like, some of those champs, it's kind of up in the air. Sometimes coin, sometimes Frostfang. But, like, on Nami and especially Sona, you definitely want to do Frostfang because you should easily be able to trigger it so often. But anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you very much to everybody watching. We will continue the stream. I'll probably play at least one more game here. But that's it for the coaching session. If you'd like a coaching session yourself, just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. Happy to set that up for you. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. And I'll see you next time. Have a great day.